Okay, welcome to the 800 Club. Let me show you the CPN Cash App method. Basically, you were going to turn credit cards into cash. So, step one, buy a CPN from a company, or you guys can make one, have a credit score. So don't just add AU trade lines and expect to get approved for credit cards. You would need primary trade lines that are backdated. You can't just add an AU because you are basically just piggybacking off of somebody and they're gonna know it's an AU. So make sure you guys add primaries only. So you guys can add trade lines from Triline Info or Nation Credit Lines. So I'm gonna go on to trade line info right here. Here's the domain, but you guys can actually purchase a CPN through this company. They have trade lines already added, or you can add your own trade lines to this company. The cheapest one is $200, but I recommend adding at least 3 to 5 years with the higher credit limit, and the lender doesn't really matter. And then there's Nation Credit Lines. You guys can also purchase their CPNs or their trade lines as well. You guys can just go through the site. So once you have your CPN or trade line added, you need a verified Cash App account. So you guys can use your own, or you guys can borrow a family member, your friends, or you guys could just make a new one, and you can make one under a CPN. They only ask you to verify the identity if you guys do not have a strong public records. So if you guys purchase a CPN through these sites, they will provide it with the documents just in case, and it will go through. So you guys will apply for credit cards through Chase, Capital One, Citibank, pretty much any lender out there. So this is Chase right here. You guys can apply for 6 credit cards if you want, up to 10. I wouldn't apply over 10 because there's going to be a loss of hard inquiries, so just keep that in mind. So you will get approved for a certain credit line. You could get 10,000, 15,000. But if I scroll down here, you guys can get 5 cards with 10K each. If the CPN has a 700 credit score, that's 50K a week. 10 credit cards with 30K each with a 800 credit score CPN. You guys can cash out up to 300,000 every single week. Okay, so wait for the cards to be in the mail, and then once you guys get the cards, activate them, link the cards to the Cash App account. All right. Add the funds to the balance in increments of 500 to 1,000. Most I would do is probably 2,000 until the credit cards are maxed out. So you guys are going to basically max out the cards, remove it, add a new one until you guys have your, all the cards maxed out. So you guys will do an instant withdrawal by linking your real debit card. Okay. They will take a fee, but it don't really matter. All right, it's free money. Repeat the process until you make at least 25 to 50K a week. But really, you guys can actually make over 100K a week doing this. But if you guys grind this out, you could easily do way over 6 figures every single week. But keep in mind, 10 credit cards is 30K each. That's just off of one CPN. If you guys do like 3 to 5 CPNs, you guys can hit $1 million every single week. But you have to keep in mind, Cash App has a limit on how many times you guys can do this. So that's why I recommend having multiple Cash App accounts. But you can also do this to your Apple Pay, your PayPal, Venmo, any other apps that's similar to Cash App. You guys can do the same thing. Okay, but I recommend having your family member on this. Like if you have siblings, you guys can use their Cash App, or your mom, dad, grandma, cousins, whatever, friends, use their Cash App, or try to make multiple Cash Apps under each CPN. And the most you guys can make is 2 Cash Apps per social or CPN number. Okay. But this is basically the full method, and the sites I recommend are these sites. But I'll leave some more in the description for you guys to check out. But once you guys do this method, you guys can just keep doing this until you guys make a lot of money. So this is the full method. It's completely free. You just need a CPN to get started. If you guys have your own CPN with trade lines, great. Just do this method. It works. But make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you next video.